Hi there. Are you highly skeptical about astrology and reincarnation? Don't worry, I am too. Then I did this fucking shit and I'm still skeptical, but I'm leaning more into it every day. I'm in no way endorsed by this person at all. I don't get any money. I actually paid them money. So if you're interested, I can link it at the end. It's from Etsy. They have a program that allows them to do a bunch of asteroids. Unfortunately, my program doesn't have it, which I wish I realized before I bought it. So let's get into it. Let me show you how freaky deaky this is. And yeah, it looks like it's real. It looks like I've been here for a long fucking time and never learned the lesson. So that's something, you know. And also, I was some dude who lost his legs, not in a good way. Like, he was dumb enough to get out of the fucking car and then he blew up. So another day, you know. Also, nobody say shit. I have a pimple here and I couldn't find my pimple patches. So don't be fucking rude. All right. It's ugly. We know. Thank you. If you've been to my page before, hi, my name is YC. But if not, I've been doing this whole segment on twin flames and it looks like it's some real shit because I was basically like, if the universe says it's so fucking destined and real, bet, bitch. And honestly, yeah, they called my bluff. And if you're wondering if it's destiny, it is. It's not very fucking quiet. The universe is not subtle at all. It's annoying at this point. Okay, like right here. You see that first one? This is Bambi. That's my dog that died when I was 13. That was freaky deaky. And do you know what degree that is? That's at 5 degrees Aquarius. That's exactly on my Saturn. So I'm like, that's some shit. And that's not just it. And if you're new, yes, I'm gonna claim that I'm a bunch of people, and I'm gonna claim that my ex is a bunch of people, but then the numbers don't stop numbering and the math keeps mathing. So stick around and let's go through it. Yeah, there's a lot of things like with Cleopatra, which I mean, I'm glad, but also like not like, wow, there have been a lot of shitty lifetimes, you know, and I die a lot. Not like in well ways too, so I'm hoping this one's better. So this other one up here is Lucia Anatesi. I have been learning the Latin roots and the root parts of names, and it's been very helpful because a lot of times these asteroids will be named after someone else. Well, not after someone else. They'll be named, you know, it's a reference to whoever is your loved one. So if you're wondering how this works, it's just the idea, and it's already been explained through the way that physicists have talked about how the universe works. It's resonance. So if astrology is just the idea that energy is being transcribed through the charts, so if the energy is resonating, it'll show up in the charts. And if you're interested in doing this and you don't want to pay, you don't have to. The list is for free online. You can look up the list, just like Control F, find the like names that you want to look up. Then they have a code, and then you can go to astro.com, input those codes in. If you'd like a video on that, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. So that's Lucia Anatesi, right? Well, Lucille Ball. Lucille is short, and the root name is Lucia. And Anatesi would be probably either Madame Pompadour, who's not Marie, she's Jean Antoinette Poisson, or it would be Mark Antony Antonesi. So, by the way, I don't do anything more than 1 degree off because what's the fucking point? If the universe wants to make it so fucking plain, they will, and they have, and it's again really annoying. If I sound really over this shit, it's because I am. I am. I mean, it was really crazy at first, you know what I mean? But then like they like started like just bombarding me with like these are the people you've ever been. Like it's been a while. Like I'm losing a little bit of sleep over it, and it's like why are you giving me all this information? I do something with it, right? So yeah, if I seem over it, yeah, it's like oh okay cool. Because let me just tell you, I'm no one great. My ex is everyone great. Like she's the people that everyone loves in history, and I'm like I'm not a bastard right there. Mm-hmm. When it's cheating, that's me. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not cheating, I'm stabbing myself because I didn't confirm that she was dead. I'm looking at you, Mark Anthony. Sweet man. Dumb man. Sweet man. I'm that man. Okay, right here is an asteroid that's named after my ex. I covered up her name, but I'll show you her chart later. So you'll see right here, it's at 14 degrees Cancer. That's not exactly her sign. Actually, actually this one's like about I think 5 degrees off, but it's exactly her name. And then the reason that I even included in this list is because I learned a new way to even tell. So there's two types of charts. There's a heliocentric chart and a geocentric. Geocentric is generally what you use, but if we scroll to this part, you'll see there's more numbers here, right? Where's my thing? The one right above me right here that says 4 Leo 55. That's her number. I know that for sure because I've been looking at progress charts of our charts individually, and she is her chart keeps going back and forth between like 4 degrees Leo and 5 degrees as we keep moving on through the time, and the other incarnations of her seem to have that too. So this is an annoying process to do. If you are interested in doing it, you kind of have to just get really good at remembering a bunch of people's numbers that you want to check up. But it's pretty interesting, and it's also kind of like, oh shit, this shit's so real. So down here, we're gonna see the asteroid for Isis. Isis is the name that Cleopatra would always tell. Like she's like, I'm Isis reborn, which was I mean, good for her. But you'll see right here, it says 16 Taurus 42. That's literally my Venus. Like my chart's right here. Venus, 16 degrees Taurus. I'm not shitting you. Nothing over 1 degree. And we have more, like tons more. So stick around. If you previously watched and I talked about Britney Spears being Caesar, we actually have further proof about that. Right here is Julia, and it's at 15 degrees Virgo. And here is Britney Spears' chart, and she has 19 degrees. No, not 19 degrees Virgo. Oh no, she has 23 degrees Virgo. This one's only 15. Oh, the reason I included this is because when you check on the heliocentric side, it actually says 23 degrees Virgo, which is exactly conjunct hers. So basically, if you want to think about it, the reason that asteroids have different degrees sometimes is they're kind of what some astrologers say are energy points of kind of like gateway portals. It's kind of like this shit happens and it activates in your chart and it activates in real life. So I don't know, maybe the Julius Caesar lifetime is really far removed from her this lifetime, so she's like, I don't give a shit. But when you look at the heliocentric numbers, it'll tell you basically who it is, which I just found out today. So this has been super fun, because usually I'm just like, I feel like that's, and you know how bullshit that feels like to say. I'm a person who doesn't like doing that, so I'm like, the energy just feels right. But now I'm like, no, look at the numbers. The numbers. And then we're gonna go here. And the name that's covered up right there is my name actually, which is crazy. And then when I wanted to check up who it was, it's one of the versions of me. I think it's 13 degrees Aquarius. I think it's Desi Arnaz. So that's a new way to check. Using the heliocentric degrees, we can try to figure out. And because I memorized their degrees, I knew that was him. Oh. There are a lot of other asteroids too. If you'd like videos on that, I can make them. Basically, that first one right there, I think is ice. It's Tristan Isode. I know there are a couple that comes through. I didn't check up her chart because I don't fucking have time. But what's more interesting is, you see Cleopatra up there? This is 19 degrees Cancer, right? That's her chart. You see she has, I think Chiron at 19 degrees or 20 degrees. There's my chart. You see I have the same shit? I kid you not. The Stephanie one is actually at 3 degrees Cancer, which was where Caesar was. And I was curious, but when I looked up Britney Spears, she actually popped up as a name for Stephanie. So it was really weird. Because when I looked at the heliocentric degrees, I memorized it, controlled F'd it, and it popped up. And sometimes you're not going to find an exact replica of their name. So what they said online was just to like get something that sounds like it. It was a little bit scary how that worked actually. So again, Lucia right there. That is for Lucille Ball again at my Venus. And Rosa. Why is that hit? I don't fucking remember. I think I actually did that by accident. How many more of these do we have to do? There's a lot. I'm also not tired of editing it. So this is part 1. If you're interested, follow, like, and subscribe for part 2. I probably will have to add more. There's tons. Like, what's interesting is I also think Britney Spears is Marilyn Monroe, and I have the charts to show it. I just haven't had time to make the video. But Caesar has an asteroid. I think he has the Marilyn Monroe asteroid at Britney's sign. So I was like, well, they're literally fucking pointing at each other to us. You know what I mean? I call this a call and reply through asteroids, which I see a lot. So if you're wondering if it's fate, you'll fucking know. Just fucking look, okay? Like, you won't have to ask me, because then you'll see it and then it'll get so fucking annoying. And you'll be like this. Happy. Follow for part 2.